did they? They took away
Well,
my...
howdy. Dearly senior citizen here, greetings boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Yesterday, I talked about how sleepy I was and how hard it was to stay awake to make my video. Today, I have been not asleep, but this far away from it in my computer chair. Oh, it's coming up on 2:30 since like 12:30. So I have been fighting being out of it entirely. I have been out of it entirely. I'm still struggling to try and make my brain turn back on. Ugh. I don't know exactly what's doing it either. Yesterday I ate something that I can't remember what time, and I don't know if this has affected me, because I was an idiot. Of course, I bought something at Walmart. I'm going to tell you what it is as soon as I get there. And I brought it back, put it into my freezer where, you know, it's supposed to be. And it wasn't until I was getting ready to eat one of these little Walmart brand sliders, which are tiny little hamburgers, you know, if you've never heard of those, with the patties are only like this big, and they're little tiny, and there's just two buns, a bit of cheese, and that meat. And I wanted something that was easy enough to eat, because I do get tired and I crave stuff that's like crunchy. And since I can't really crunch, I try to go out and get stuff that gives a little bit of extra push that I can eat without destroying my dentures. Try to remember where I was, because ADHD can pull this stuff out of your head. Yes, the sliders. So I'm eating a slider, and I remember these are mostly bun, which is bread, which is gluten, and I'm gluten intolerant, and I just finished having a situation where I suspect it was all of the bread from the hot dog buns I had been eating that was making my heart go nuts. So I finished the largely bread slider. Now, did I have it before I had trouble staying awake yesterday, or did I do it afterward? You know, I honestly can't remember. But I do know that gluten knocks me down, and the effects of it could still be hitting me. Everything in the world is filled with stuff that is bad for you. So I'm eating all these bread products when I'm gluten intolerant. And I'm working hard on trying to use this side of my mouth more often consciously, otherwise it just drags, and that bothers me. It doesn't drag much, you may not even notice it, but it does. Yay. All the other things I have on my list, because I've been so tired today, is what I do every day now. First thing, of course, get out of bed. And that is a challenge. Today it wasn't, well, it was yesterday. It wasn't a challenge, but it could have been nasty. But it was just my body reminding me. I can't bend my legs when I sleep. Even when my legs are cold, if I bend my knees too far, my legs are going to cramp. From the calf all the way up to the hamstrings on my inner thigh. So I have to keep my legs straight or they're going to cramp. Plus, I have to keep my feet uncovered and the rest of my legs cool or they're going to cramp up. And I have to keep my upper body not too warm if I get cold. What I do is I put a sheet over me, and then I have a warmer bit of fleecy thing that I bring over my shoulders, and then down so that it doesn't cover me for anything more than down to almost my hip. And then from that part, the hip on down, is just sheet, and then my feet are uncovered. And sometimes that's too warm. With the fan going on, bringing in the air from outside, and a fan inside circulating the cold air at me. And sometimes just that sheet and the tiny bit of cloth over my shoulders gets me too warm, and trying to get out of bed can make my legs cramp or get close to it, because yesterday I was standing up and that hamstring on my left leg tightened up just enough that it was saying, you know, I could take you down. I could, but I'm not gonna. And then it just relaxed, because as soon as I stand up, everything just relaxes and there's not an issue anymore. I made the mistake about a month and a half ago of lying down here because I was tired, but I bent my legs while I was resting. Oh my God. By the time I finally got conscious enough to try and get out of bed carefully, just by lying on top with my legs bent from my toes all the way up to my hips, every single muscle was fighting to cramp. As soon as I got over and on my feet and standing, everything just went and let go. So why that happens, I don't know, but boy, I hate it, I tell you that. But first thing I do, again, I get out of bed. And then because it's a tiny, tiny stall in the shower stall, and I need more room to move quickly, so I can't move quickly because I don't move quickly anyway because I've got my various injuries and such. So I sponge bath every day, which means I take my washcloths and I start with the top of my head and I wash myself on down. I hit my trouble spots and make sure that I'm clean, and then I get myself all lubricated with lotion, because it was like age 60 is when, well, 59, when I started actually doing skin care and using lotion on my face. But now I lotion up my face and my back of my neck and my ears, and right here, of course, since it's shaved there, and I keep my arms are lotioned up to my, what is that, shoulders. I have to, well, I don't have to, I choose to lotion up. What started it was I have for years lotioned up my lower legs to my knees because it helps keep my support stockings up. The lotion on the inside between my leg and the thing helps just hold them in place. It's not perfect, and I have to get rid of ones that fall, and that's fine, but it does help. And after that, I just started lotioning up the rest of my body so that what is the word? Hydrated. And so I've just been keeping myself all lotioned up every morning now. You know, there's parts I can't reach, parts that I'm not going to lotion up. You know, I'm not going to lotion up my chest or anything like that. So I just keep the parts that go out to the world and need to be, you know, a little bit of care taken. So after that, get dressed, of course, and then these days now, I head out for walkies immediately and then call my sister. At first, I would just stand outside the door, call my sister in the morning, but that was, sometimes I get really loud, and my next door neighbor, windows, we're right next to each other. And so my talking loud goes right into his window, and if he's trying to sleep, that ain't great. So I started walking in the parking lots, and then what I do after talking was then go walkies. Now I just get up and go walkies. It's about 9:30. There's a light that's blinking in from somewhere or something. I keep seeing it like on my hand, and it's weird, so sorry about that. As I distracted myself on that one. It was getting dressed and then going for walkies, yes, and then I call my sister, go for walkies, and then I go for walkies, which is I have to walk from here to where the trail is that goes from the back behind the hospital over to the library, and it follows this stream along a path it's a workout. And then I walk back from that, take this huge, well, not huge, it's like 3 miles itself, path that comes round over to back where I live again. So it's not any more than like 3 miles. And then I come back here and do stuff. And which is usually eat something, relax a tiny bit, make a video, and then do a lot of the editing, and then see what happens from that point on. So that's good. It makes it so I can't record in the morning. But the thing is, if I don't get up and go out immediately, because I'm recording early, that's recording and editing and rendering and uploading, and then I've got to wait for it to process this enough so I can make it go public. And it's usually about 4 o'clock. Maybe 5. Whole day shot. Not shot. But you know, I can't go out for walkies during that time. And then by 4 or 5, I'm thinking, well, you know what? I'm just going to eat something now, relax a bit, head out for evening walkies. And so 12 hours have gone by. I've done nothing physically. I'm not feeling good physically because I've just been sitting around. I'm not feeling good mentally because I've just been sitting around. But going out for early morning walkies, that makes me feel much better mentally on that one. Yeah, it gets my videos done later, but that happens. Now for today, yeah, I fell asleep as soon as I got back. I went out for that big long walkies. Came back, ate some, well, I can't remember what I ate. Oh, yes, I do. I had some Pringles and some other stupid thing instead of rice. I need to cook up some rice. So it's probably all the carbohydrates, maybe? I wouldn't be surprised if there's wheat in Pringles, because Pringles are not potato chips. They're just a bunch of stuff that has potatoes in it that they can put into that weird shape. But they make a medium hot brand of, not brand, type of crisp that is spicy. And now I'm going to diverge onto this one because it's something I had thought about and wanted to talk about. It's I like to eat foods that hurt me. And I was thinking about that, going, that is true. The food I like to eat is food that hurts me. I like to eat hot stuff, spicy hot. I like really hot stuff. I'm disappointed by any of the hot sauces that are usually on grocery store shelves because they're not hot. They're warm, but I don't want warm. I want heat. I want hot. And so I'm always craving something that's really hot. Spicy hot. At the same time, while I love stuff that's spicy hot, anytime, for the past couple of years, anytime I've gone out to anything where more Asian type food, I would look on the Made for Americans menu where it was like next to max spiciness. That's what I ordered. Everyone else bought normal stuff. That's what I ordered. as well, when it comes to things like candy, I like sour stuff. Now remember, sour is literally acid. It is, you're tasting protons. Sour, because it's an acid, when they put it in candy, it can hurt you a lot. I have eaten holes in my tongue. Not recently, because I don't eat a lot of candy anymore, thank God. But I like candy that is sour because it's acidic and it hurts you. So that was kind of an interesting thought. I like the food that hurts us. That could be why I like caffeine. Which, I have stopped taking caffeine tablets, I can't remember how long ago. The only caffeine I have been getting of late is just through tea. I have Tetley tea, as I've mentioned before, Tetley brand tea. It's just a black tea brand. And then there's various other more artisan types where there's like 20 in a pack, and there's 4 per foil pack of the other specialty black tea. So I have a specialty blend, a normal workday blend, and then I have a bunch, not a bunch, like lemon ginger and the apple cinnamon. So really I've only got 2 with herbal teas that are just for taste only. And then I have a couple things with just chamomile, and then another one which is a sleepy time mix, so that I can drink those before I go to bed, rather than drinking anything huge that's going to keep me awake. But I have 2 of the black tea. When I wake up and have tea, it is 3 cups, 1 full liter of water. I have a Tetley tea, a non-Tetley tea, and then an herbal tea. And then I drink all those, and that's a full liter of water, and then I drink, I think it's over here. Yes. And then I filled this up. I drained it just before recording. I drink one of these, and then I drink the next meal period another liter of tea. But the next time I drink a full liter of tea, around noonish, that's 2 herbal teas, 1 black tea. And then at evening time, it's again 2 herbal teas, 1 black tea. And then before I go to bed, it's actually that flavored make you go to sleep and a black tea thing. I'm not taking caffeine tablets anymore at all, but each cup of black tea for a standard black tea thing is about 50 milligrams of caffeine. So I'm still drinking caffeine. I'm just not taking caffeine tablets anymore. And I'm not taking any caffeine tablets before going to bed. I was having to take Benadryl tablets to sleep. Now I wish I never had, because they're linking the use of that stuff to such things as dementia. So who knows if I've damaged my brain to the use of using that, because way back when I was an active alcoholic, I really had to take a lot of those, and I took them all with alcohol. Yay! But these days, I just go to bed with the tea, and that's it. I don't take anything to sleep. I don't take any caffeine tablets. My sleep isn't great. And I wake up way too early. If I go to bed at midnight, I am awake. I'll wake at 6 o'clock, and then it's 7 when I'm out of bed, because I am wide awake. What's the point? So I don't sleep great or for long, but I'm sleeping. And of course, right now, as stated, I am struggling to stay awake. It sounds to me as I'm doing this now like I am just slurring my speech so bad. And as much as there are times I think I'm talking quickly, when every time I go to edit these things and I am just infuriated at myself, infuriated frustration because I'm talking so slow. Which is weird too, especially because here, where I was born, Pacific Northwest, people talk fast. I mean, people, when I'm talking usually in this sort of area, when people are talking, they're talking quite quickly. When it's just normal conversation, you're just talking quite fast. I mean, I'm talking not about anything at all, just to demonstrate how things are done. But sometimes people are talking, and this way, even now, when I go back and go into the recording, this is going to sound so slow. There are times that I've been talking with normal people that I have been this close, and I'm talking even 10, 15 years ago, that I was this close from not being able to understand because we just talk fast up here. And so my talking is so slow. It's, I feel and sound like someone slipped me a Mickey, which of course in these days, I guess the best way to put it is, you know, you didn't keep your hand over your drink and somebody popped something into it. Yay. Anyway, though, what else do I have on my list? Oh, yes. I can't remember if I've talked about this before, ADHD, but I am this close from making a making rice video, where I'm going to start from the very beginning. It's going to be a much more edited video where I start from, you know, pouring the rice into the containers, putting water into it, putting it into there, putting the stuff into it, getting it ready to go, pressing the button for start, and then when I'm going to put the other stuff into it, and then when it goes beep 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 and I get the stuff out and put into tubs. So I want to show that. One of the things I saw in comments, one person was saying, how do I keep the rice, you know, how much water should I use for, like, to keep the rice flaky and such like that. It was close to that. And I started thinking about that because part of my hydration thing, I actually prefer a hydrated rice. Like if it's jasmine rice, it's more the generic clump in presentation. I don't use a lot of just normal plain jasmine rice anymore. I usually have basmati or jasmine brown, but even in those cases where the basmati rice, it's hard to have so much water that it clumps. Basmati rice flakes very easily. But even those, I like to have enough fluid in there that they're not clumped, but they are kind of sticking. So rather than it just be, you know, flakes, when I say flakes, I mean grains, you know, going everywhere, it's like they're staying in a more, you know, discrete area. So thumbs up for that. Am I going to be able to get that done? I don't know. I'll try today. I mean, eventually I will, but am I going to be able to get it done today? I am looking at how much time I spent talking just right now, and I'm wondering if, so we shall see. I am going to edit, I'm going to try and record, I am going to do whatever I can. Apparently, it's Friday? So I got nothing done this week. Absolutely nothing done this week. Hopefully you can get something done. And if you can't, don't beat yourself up. That's not going to help you get something done. You're just punishing yourself for not having done it before. But since you're always doing that, Is it helping, or are you just punishing yourself to punish yourself? If you're one of my Patreon patrons, thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. Oh my gosh, I've been going through times, and I am very appreciative of each and every person that has helped me. A lot of the world is going through times, and I am privileged enough to live in a part of the world where my being in times would be looked upon as a blessing from some others. So, thumbs up, thank you, it is appreciated. When you as a Patreon patron look in the mirror, you're looking at someone who is beautiful and awesome. For everybody that leaves me a comment, thumbs up and thank you. The comments are getting... I'm never going to complain, because I am not owed a thing. Anything that is given to me, comments, attention, anything, is just a pure present and gift. I am not owed a thing. But of course, one of the things I notice from people is someone will come in and they will leave a lot of comments. And then of course, as people are people, eventually those comments start to become more sporadic, and then one day there's no more comments anymore, and it does make me sad. So everybody that leaves comments, thumbs up, thank you, it is appreciated so very, very much. I wish I could type back and leave comments for absolutely everybody. People have said I should just do a podcast, 1 or 2. I'm not talking about a lot. I mean, talking through the years, you could probably count the number on less than 2 hands, which is 1. But it's just what I'm doing now, except longer. So it is appreciated, each and every comment. Thumbs up, thank you. Again, I would try to answer as many as I can, and I do answer as many as I can, but waving my arms in the air is painful, but less painful than holding my arm out and using my hand while it's even doing it that way is not a good feeling. But thumbs up, thank you, it's appreciated. So I had no idea I was going to talk for this long. It's going to be hard to edit. If you watched this far, if you could type 99.9% in the comments, both for engagement and to let me know that you watched this far. So thumbs up and thank you. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. Yay. Nothing special here, just, oh, am I tired, and bam, bam. It's this is saying 28 minutes and 26 seconds. I just could not stop yapping.